All right. Let's have the next one. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's have still for grade 7, I guess. Simplify. 1 minus 1/2 multiplied by 1 minus 1/3, 1 minus 1/4, all the way until 1 minus 1 over 100. Okay. Okay, keep on doing this exercise. And if you're ready, just send. Let's see. I could see various answers. I could see 1 over 100 from Resh. Also from John William. Also, I could see from William, from Cody, from Isidro Manuel. Okay. So far, I see messages coming in. Okay, so previously, no, some of you used substitution earlier. Some of you did trial and error. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let's see. Cody, are you with us? Would you like to explain how come it's 1 over 100?
Hello.
Hello.
So if you minus 1 minus 1/2 is equal to 1/2, and after that 1 minus 1/3 is equal to 2/3. So that means the denominator of the first variable, or the first number cancels the numerator of the second number, which makes it into 1/3. So then the 1/3, it will be cancelled to the third number, which is 3/4, and so on and so forth. So then if they keep on cancelling the numerator, the only thing that's left is going to be 1 over 100 if you cancel it, because if you cancel the thing, it would always leave 1 over the denominator. So yes, 1 over 100.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Cody. That is a wonderful explanation. So as what he said, the denominator of the first fraction becomes the numerator of the second fraction. In other words, no, in this case, whatever the denominator of the preceding fraction, it becomes the numerator of the succeeding fraction, and so on. So the 2's, the 3's, everything will cancel, and what will be left will be the numerator 1 and the denominator 100, which is, that's why it's 1 over 100. All right, so far, basic. Thank you for those who gave their answers. Okay, let's have a statistics question, a combinatorics question. In how many ways can 8 people be seated in a row? Of course, it's understood that there are 8 chairs. If 3 of them should be seated together, meaning in this case, if the 3 of them insisted that they appear consecutively in a row. Is it A, 24, B, 336, C, 4,320, or D, 40,329? Okay. Just give me the letter. Okay, before I read some of your responses, let us wait for others to send their answers. Okay, so far 5 people have chatted, and let's check what they answered. Okay, let's see. I could see from John William, letter C. According to Elijah, letter B. According to William, C as well. From Lorenzo, letter C. Okay, so far 5 people have sent their answers. I could also see some letter C's. Majority of you sent letter C's. But let's see if C is correct. Okay, and let's see behind the reasoning. How come it should be letter C? Okay, Lorenzo, Mr. Garcia, what do you think?
Okay. So there are three people, right?
Yeah.
And there'll be 5 extra slots. So those 5 people who aren't who could you can arrange them in 5 factorial ways. Let's say A, B, C, they're together. So D, E, F, G, H. You can arrange them in 5 factorial ways. So that's 120. Then A, B, C, we can put them in 6 different places. There's the before D, after E, after F, after G, and after H. So that's 6 different places for.
So what expression will give us the
Yeah.
answer to this problem?
And then we can 3 factorial ABC because we can arrange them in any way since order doesn't matter as long as they're together. So that's times 3 factorial or 6. So 120 times 6 times 6. That's 4320 or C.
Okay, so letter C. Okay, so actually to elucidate further what he said, let's say that these 8 people are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. But since these 3 people have to appear consecutively, then you take them as one. You sana all as one. There's a love triangle there, Char. Kidding. So these 3 are together, so you take them as one slot, so that's 1. And the others are taken as one slot. So we have a separate slot. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's actually 6 factorial, which means 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. This 6 factorial is the number of ways for 6 slots to be arranged in a line or in a row. But how come we multiply by extra 3 factorial? Because A, B, and C, these 3 people could still rearrange among themselves. That's why 6 factorial, that's 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that's 720. 3 factorial, that's 3 times 2 times 1, which is 6. And all in all, that's 4,320 ways for these 8 people to be arranged, given that these 3 people insisted on sitting consecutively or next to each other. Hence, congratulations to those who answered letter C. Okay. Clarifications? Questions? None? If there's none, proceed with the next problem. Okay, very basic so far. Okay, let's have a basic problem. Given circle O, this is actually a grade 10 lesson, but I believe even the grade 7 can do this. Given circle O with diameter AB and chord AC as shown, and arc CB, meaning this arc, is 80 degrees, find the measure of angle CAB. Okay? Let us wait further for others to give us their answer before we divulge the solution to this. So far, 5 people sent their answers. Let's wait for a few more seconds. How about the others? I believe there are 21 of us, or there are 20 participants here. So maybe others also have an idea. Don't worry. If your answer is different from the rest, or if you are shy, you could send your answer privately. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I will start reading now some of your the answers of those who sent their answers. According to Cody, 40 degrees. According to John William, 40 degrees as well. According to, wait, I'll scroll up. Okay, let's see. From John William, 40 degrees. From Cody, 40 degrees. From Garcia, also 40. From William Matthew, still 40. According to Elijah, 80 degrees. Okay, let's see. How come it's 40? That's kind of interesting. If some of you answered 40, let's see again. Okay. May I know the reasoning behind this, if you don't mind? Who else was? I think Mr. Lim, is it okay if you recite again? Or if you try to tell us why? Mr. Lim?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead, please. Would you like to annotate? Would you like to annotate or not?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Considering that the arc CB is equal to 80 degrees, so the angle of COP is 80 degrees. There's a property that states that if you have points C and B, then A is on the circumference. All 3 points are on the circumference of the circle. Then it is half of the arc. 80 divided by 2, that's going to be 40 degrees.
Okay. So actually, what Mr. Lim did is he actually invoked a theorem about angles that involve this. But actually, even without invoking the theorem, we can still find the value of angle CAB like this. So first, what I did was I draw, given this figure, I draw line segment CO. And CO here is actually a radius. Why? Because it connects a point on the circle and the center of our circle. So this is our radius. And angle COB is a central angle. And it is a known fact that the measure of the central angle here is actually equal to the measure of its intercepted arc. That's why this has to be 80 degrees. Now, since it is 80 degrees, what's the measure of angle AOC? It should be 100 degrees. Why? Because this is actually a straight line. This is a line, it's straight. And therefore, these two angles here would add up to 180 degrees. That's why 180 minus 80, this is 100 degrees. Next thing is, guys, what kind of segment is AO? What kind of segment is
Radius.
AO? Very good. It's a radius. Correct. How about OC? What kind of segment is OC again?
Also a radius.
Very good. Therefore, since OA and OC are both radii, what can you say about their measures? Are they equal or not?
Yes.
Very good. So therefore, we could say that OA and OC are actually congruent to one another because they are radii of the same circle. And all radii of the same circle are equal in terms of length. So therefore, since AO and OC are equal, what kind of triangle is AOC?
Isosceles.
Very good. And since they are isosceles or isosceles, therefore we could say that these two angles, the angle OAC and the angle OCA, are base angles. And we know that base angles of an isosceles triangle are congruent or equal in terms of measure. Hence, we could say that angle CAO is congruent to angle ACO. Hence, that's 180 degrees divided minus 100 because they are equal. And divide by 2 because these two are equal. Hence, that's 80 over 2, which is 40 degrees. That is why Mr. Lim and the others earlier who invoked that this measure, this is just half of this, is actually correct. And actually, it's what you call an inscribed angle. Angle CAB is an inscribed angle. When we say inscribed angle, it is a type of angle that is formed by two chords that meet on a particular point whose vertex is a point on a circle. And the measure of an inscribed angle is always 1/2 the measure of its intercepted arc. So next time, just do the shortcut immediately. Just divide by 2. And you will get this angle for sure. All right. Let's move on to the next problem. Okay. Solve for x in 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus x to the 4th plus ... equals 5. Okay. Find the value of x. Is it A, 4/5, B, 7/2, C, 3/4, or D, 1/8? Okay, just comment the letter of the answer. So far, someone, Mr. Garcia sent his answer. Let's see the answers of others as well. Let's see. So far, 2 people. Let's wait for others. This is a grade 10 lesson for some, but actually, you can solve this by making use of simple substitution. So far, 2 of you have sent their answers. Let's wait for some more. Maybe others have an idea how to do this as well. Okay, so far, let's see. According to Lorenzo, it's letter A. According to Elijah, it's letter D. How about the others? What do you think? According to Harrison, Mr. Ong, it's letter C, 3/4. So far, we have 3 people, and their answers are apple, dog, and cat. All right, let's see. This is actually a grade 10 lesson for, it's actually taught in the grade 10 curriculum, but actually you can still do this even without your knowledge of the grade 10 lesson, provided that you can make use of substitution. There are various ways of doing this, but I will just present to you one method since we need to discuss also other problems. Okay, so let's discuss. Let's see who gets this correctly. So you are given this. So what we're going to do is we will subtract both sides by 1. So subtracting both sides by 1, this one here. So the right side, the left-hand side will become x sub x plus x sub 2 plus x sub 3 plus x sub 4 and so on equals 4. Okay, guys, next. You could see you have here x, x squared, x cubed, x to the 4th, and so on. What is the greatest common factor of x, x squared, x cubed, x to the 4th, and so on? What's the GCF? This is a grade 8 lesson, but I believe even grade 7 has an idea on this. Let's see. Okay, according to Cody, the GCF is x. Yes. Remember this, if you are given an expression involving all the variables, same variables, but varying exponents, then the greatest common factor is simply the variable with the least exponent. So in this case, it's actually x. So divide. We will factor out x, and doing such gives us x divided by x will be 1. X squared divided by x will be x. X cubed divided by x will be x squared. Because if you divide, what you do is you subtract their exponent. So the exponent of x here is 1. 2 minus 1, so it's understood to be 1 here. 3 minus 1, the exponent is 2. 4 minus 1, the exponent is 3. So, and so on equals 4. But again, guys, remember, this expression 1 plus x squared plus x cubed also means plus x to the 4th plus x to the 5th and so on. What do you think should we do next? What's the value of 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus and so on? What's the value of this term, of this inside the parenthesis? What's the value of that? What is this equal to? Take a look. What is this equal to? This is equal to 5, right? Hence, 1 plus x squared plus x cubed and so on is also equal to 5. So you might think, sir, there's no x to the 4th. No, this continues to infinity. So there is x to the 4th, x to the 5, and so on. So this is just equal to this, and thus should be substituted by 5. Hence, the expression becomes x times 5 equals 4, and dividing both sides by 5 will give you 4/5. Hence, the value of x is 4/5, and that is letter A. So if you answered letter A, I think it's Mr. Garcia who answered letter A, then you got it correctly. But I believe also others wanted to answer, but it's just that they ran out of time probably. But at least we know now that this is an example of a way that could be used to solve the problem. There are various ways of doing this. I just presented to you one that does not involve infinite geometric series. That's a technical thing for grade 10. All right. Shall we move on? Let's have now the next number. Okay, let's have a basic question. Grade 7, I guess. A basketball team won seven of its first dozen games. How many of the remaining 20 games does the team have to win to have a season record of winning 75% of its games? Okay, please do this. So far, 2 people sent their answers. Okay, let's see, 2 people, or I think there's more. 3 people so far. Okay. By the way, guys, for example, may I ask, can you see my chat box? Hello, may I ask you, could you please, could you see my chat box or not? No, okay. How about this? I will maximize the chat box. Okay. Bye, guys, can you see my chat box now? I'm actually maximizing the chat. Could you see it? Could you see the screen where I am sharing? Can you see my PowerPoint or could you see my chat box?
PowerPoint.
Okay, good. So fair. I'm because I'm kind of worried. Maybe you might see the chat of the others and not the PowerPoint. Okay. From Mr. Let's see. According to Mr. Garcia, 17. Same thing with Mr. Espino, Mr. Yap, Mr. Ong. According to Isidro Manuel, that's 8. Let's see. He changed his answer to 16. Let's see. Okay, what's the reasoning behind this one? Let's see. Would you mind telling us who was not yet recited? Let's see. Okay, Mr. Yap, Elijah.
Since it's first dozen, that means he won 7 of the 12 games, but then 20 other games. So 75% of it's a game. So in total, they have like 32 games to play. And since they won 7 of them, in order to win 75% of the games, they need to win 3/4 of the 32 games.
Which is what? What is 3/4 of 32?
24.
And what's the final step?
Minus 24 by 7.
Exactly. Thank you. So I'll just elucidate or just repeat what he said. So the total number of games will be 12 because a dozen. That's 12 plus 20. That's 32 games in all. And it says there that the team won 75%, which means, and we know that 75% of all the 32 games is 24. And since he already won 7 of them, so he needs to win 24 minus 70 minus 7, which is 70. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Yap. So far, so good. Okay, shall we move on? Let's have the next problem. Okay. 30 ounces of vinegar with a strength of 30% was mixed with 50 ounces of a 20% vinegar solution. What percent of the resulting solution is vinegar? Okay. The answer here is not a whole number. That's the clue I will give. Let's see. So far, one sent his answer. Someone said 21.25%. Let's see. 21.25. 10% according to someone else. Someone, I believe, is going to change his answer. So that's why the answer here is not a whole number percent, actually. (23.25%). I see 23.75%. Two people sent 23.75%. Let's see. Okay, let's see if someone at least got the correct answer. Okay. From here, we know that for the first solution, it's 30 ounces and 30% of it is vinegar, which means that 30% times 30, that's 0.3 times 30, which is 9. This tells us that 9 ounces of the 30 ounces is actually vinegar. For the second solution, it says there that 20% of the 50 ounces is vinegar. And thus, 20% of 50 ounces, that's 0.2 times 50, which gives us 10. This tells us that 10 ounces of the 50 ounces of solution are in fact vinegar. This tells us that 9 plus 10 or 19 ounces out of the 30 plus 50 or 80 ounces is vinegar. And upon doing the division, I got we have here 2,375 10,000s, but multiplying this by 100% simply by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right, thus it's 23.75%. And those who answered this, you got it right, 23.75%. Okay, so far so good. Good job. All right. Don't worry, no, if others probably missed this, they will still be able to have a copy of the video presentation, and hopefully they will be able to understand. Let's proceed to the next one. Okay. Given that ABCD is a rectangle, what is the area of the quadrilateral EFGH? Let's have the basics there. What's the area of this rectangle, of quadrilateral EFGH? Someone gave an answer. Someone gave 280. How about the others? Okay. Some answered 230. Let's see from the others. I saw 280, I saw 230. Someone answered 236. Let's wait for a few more seconds. I could see 236. Some said 230. Someone changed his answer to 230 as well. Okay. Okay, let's see. Tell me your method. Could you just give us a gist of the method that you did? Let's see from, okay, who else was not called? I don't know yet if your answer is correct or not. Mr. Ong, could you tell us the gist of the method that you did, that you used?
Okay. So AB is equal to 28, and then BC is equal to 16 because 8. Then after that, it's the same, like they have the same side. So I mean, they have the same length. So 8 plus 8, that's 16. So the 28 times 16 is equal to where did it go? 448, I think. I'm not sure. Then
Yeah.
after that, you times the triangle. So that means 10 times 6 is equal to 60. So the area of the triangle is 30. And then 10 times 4 is 40 divided by 2. So that one's 20. Then 24 times 8. 2, 3, 6, 190. So that's a 96. Yeah, 96.
Yeah.
And then that one is 72.
Okay, then what did you did with the 4 areas of these triangles?
You add those, and after that you minus that by 448.
Okay.
I wrote minus 90 accidentally. I thought it was
Okay, let's see. So actually what he said is actually correct. So to get the area of quadrilateral EFGH, so all you have to do is get the area of this rectangle ABCD and subtract it with the sum of the areas of these 4 triangles. And we know that area of a triangle is base times height, or divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height. So the area of ABCD is 448 indeed. So the areas, the 4 other areas, as what he said, this is 10 times 6 divided by 2, 30. 10 times 4 divided by 2, that's 20. 24 times 8 divided by 2, that's 96. And 18 times 8 divided by 2, that's 72. You know those stuff already. And adding the 30, 72, 96, and 20, you get 218 as the total area of these 4 triangles here. And subtracting that from 448 gives us 230 square units. So to those who answered this, great job. Maybe others also knew the concept. It's just that probably they have an error in multiplying or in subtracting or whatever operation there is. Okay, thank you. So far, basic, so good. I hope that you will be able to catch up. If you have questions or clarifications, don't hesitate to ask. Let's have number 8, or the next problem rather. Okay, let ABCD be a square. Let P be a point inside the square such that CDP is an equilateral triangle. Construct segment PB. Find angle BPC. So we are going to look for this angle here. What's the measure of this angle? Please do it. So far, two people, or these are some people sent already their work. Someone said 80 degrees. Someone said 75. Another person said 30 degrees. 80 degrees, 75 degrees, 30 degrees. What do you think? Is there a correct answer among the answers that were already given? Feel free to send your answer. I'll give you a few more seconds, or if all right, let's see some more. I could see 75, some 80, 30. Okay, let's see. Three people answered 75 degrees. Mr. Garcia, Mr. Yap, Mr. Sia. All right. Mr. Garcia, I think you answered 75. How did you get 75?
Okay, so since it's, you can draw, let's say you draw an imaginary line from A to P.
A to P, okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me try annotating. Where's the annotate here? Okay, here. Okay, you draw A to P. Then?
So since DPC is a equilateral triangle, all of them are 60 degrees.
Okay, so this is 60.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Okay, I just place here. So this is also 60. And this is, wait, sorry. This is also 60. Okay, continue.
Yes. So since it's a square, it would have 30 degrees. Oh, it would be 90 degrees all sides. So 90 minus 60 is 30.
So this one, what angle is 30 degrees?
Let's say,
which of these angles measure 30 degrees?
BCP.
BCP. Okay, that's actually correct. Let me explain why. Because this is 60 and this is a square, so this is 90, right? So that's 90 minus 60, this tells us that angle BCP is 30 degrees. That's actually correct. Then
BPC is actually an isosceles triangle. They're actually isosceles.
yes.
So
Okay, how can you tell that BPC is isosceles?
oh wow. Actually no, sir. I just kind of assumed.
Okay, so Mr. Garcia said he just assumed that BPC or
But
angle
there's a rule for that. I
is
just forgot.
isosceles. Okay, but sige, who can tell us why should it be isosceles? It's actually correct, Mr. Garcia. But the thing is, why should triangle BCP be isosceles? Okay, Mr. Dollar, why do you think?
Because PDC is equilateral.
And this is a side
So,
note. Yeah, go ahead.
so BC is equal to PC because BC is also equal to DC.
Very good. That's actually correct. Thank you, Mr. Dollar. The fact that BC is equal to DC and BC and this triangle is equilateral, this also tells us that PC is equal to DC and PC is equal to BC by transitivity, transitivity property somewhere. Hence, you are actually correct, Mr. Garcia, in stating that this is isosceles. That's why that one. In fact, all of these 6 measures are equal. Hence, therefore, we could say that triangle BPC is isosceles. This is 30 degrees. And since these two are base angles, so they are actually congruent. And that's 180 minus 30 degrees. That's 150 and divide by 2 because these two are congruent. Hence, it's 150 degrees all over 2. And this tells us that angle BPC is 75 degrees. The same thing with angle PBC. It's also 75 degrees. So to everyone who answered 75 degrees, who commented, thank you. You got it right. Sana all. All right. Thank you. I will, how do I erase this? Wait. How do I, okay, here. Okay, there. Let's move on. I hope the explanation is clear on how it should be 75 degrees. Let's have number 11. Consider the isosceles trapezoid ABCD as shown such that line segment AB is parallel to line segment DC. And angle D is 45 degrees. Find the area of ABCD. Okay, please. Let's see the chat. So far, only one person sent an answer. According to someone, I'm not yet sure if it's the correct answer. Okay, not yet. Okay. Wait, I see someone said 65. I'm not sure, but maybe this is from the previous problem. Okay, let me see. So far, okay, maybe it's for this problem really. 3 people sent 65. Okay, T65 is an answer from Mr. Lim, Mr. Doligosa, and Mr. Espino. This is nice. Let's see. Okay, no, Mr. Espino also elucidated his answer. He told me the process via chat. All right. Mr. Ong also said 65. Someone said 104. Okay, sige. Let me listen to you. I think someone was not yet called. Let me try. Mr. Doligosa, would you like to tell us why? Luis Miguel, are you okay to chat or are you okay to talk?
Okay.
Okay, tell us please what did you do?
So wait. So so I put so since there's opposite, this means this side is also 45 degrees.
Correct.
So since this is also a right angle here, and this is also a right angle, that means this is 45 degrees because the sum of is 180, meaning this is a isosceles right angle triangle.
Very good.
So so this part here is 8 because it's also aligned with this number here, meaning this side is 5 and this side is 5. So since that's an isosceles right triangle, that means the height is also 5. So we have the height, and so we just multiply. We add 8 and 18 to get 26 divided by 2. It'll be 13 times the height. That's 65.
Very good. That is actually correct. Okay, thank you, Mr. Doligosa. Okay, thank you. Now to further understand, I'll just repeat what he said. As what he did was he drew first this vertical line, same here. And how come it should be 8? Because in the fact that this is a rectangle, this is 90, this is also 90, 90, 90, 90. So this is a rectangle, and opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. That's why if AB is 8, so I place here point E, point F, I name them, but you could use any letter that you like. It tells us that EF, line segment EF, should also be 8. And since 8, this is 18. 18 minus 8, that's 10. But since these two should be equal, then 10 divided by 2, 5. That's why 5, 5. The fact that this is 45, this is also 45, because in an isosceles trapezoid, the base angles are equal in measure. So this is 45, this is also 45. The fact that this is 90, so it tells us that the remaining angle of triangle ADE should be 45 degrees as well. So this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, or an isosceles right triangle. And in an isosceles right triangle, the two equal sides are what we call legs. So if this is a leg, this is also a leg. So 5, it's also AE and BF should also be both equal to 5. Hence, we know that the area for the area of a trapezoid is the sum of the two bases. So base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Base 1 is 8, base 2 here is 18. The height is 5. And thus, that's 8 plus 18 times 5 all over 2. That's 26 times 5 all over 2. Or simply 26 divided by 2, that's 13. And 13 times 5 gives us 65. Thus, the area of this trapezoid is 65 square units. Okay, good job. So to those who answered 65, great job. And to those who answered differently, it's okay. At least you did your best. That's very important. Okay, and others, don't be hesitant to send to me or to send to us your answers. Okay, if it's wrong, it's okay. It's part of learning experience. But if it's correct, the better. Okay, let's have the number 9. Okay, I think I gave this one before, but for the benefit of those who did not have this yet. So 1/2 plus 2/3 plus 3/2 plus 4/3 plus 5/2 plus 6/3 plus all the way until 99/2 plus 100/3. Find the exact value of this expression. Oh, that was fast. Someone said 1/3. 1/3. I think it's more than 1/3. Why? Because 4/3 already, you are adding positive numbers. The fact that 4/3 alone is already greater than 1/3, then we are expecting a sum that's bigger than 1/3. So, sige. Please keep on solving. Clue, the answer here is a whole number. Someone answered 2,000. Someone answered 2,100. Someone answered 2,950. So far, I received 3 answers: 2,100, 2,950, 2,075. Okay, another person answered 2,100. There are many strategies in doing this, no? Some before, what others did before was they added those numbers that have a denominator of 2. That is, they added first 1/2, 3/2, 5/2, all the way until 99/2. They also, after adding them, some also added 2/3, 4/3, 6/3, all the way until 100/3. Then they added the 2 sums to have the answer. Let's see about what others have answered. Or if you wish to change your answer, go ahead. Maybe you are confident, but maybe because you check if your multiplication or your addition is correct. You check. All right. Some of you also answered 2,100, some 2,075. Okay. Let's see. Just tell me, don't tell me the answer immediately. Just tell me what you did generally. May I ask you to tell me what you did, Mr. May I ask you, Mr. Lim, again? Just tell me the gist of your process. Mr. Lim? Oh, maybe he has some, maybe, I don't know, maybe he got water or he did something else. Sige, just tell me your process or just tell me what you did. May I ask you, Bernice, could you please tell me the process that you did?
One third, 3/2, 5/2 until 99/2. So it means 100. 100 times 49/2 is 450/2. Then 51 times 50/3, 70 is equal to 850. 1225. Add both terms. That's 2075.
All right, thank you. Any comment on the, let's see, no? 100, is that because in her case, she added the 1/2, the 3 halves, the 5 halves, until 99 halves. So if you add the numerators, 1 plus 3 plus 5 until 99, if you have 1 plus 3, 1 plus 99, that's 100. 3 plus 97, that's also 100. But there are, how many terms? There are 50 terms. Oh, wait, how come it's, where did the what's this, 49 or 99? What's this?
Oh, 49, sir.
49? Oh, sorry,
Oh.
wait. Oh, I erased, oh, sorry, there. So it's 49/2. Why over 2?
Because the denominator of the terms is 2.
It's 2, okay. Because we are actually expecting the sum of the odd numbers. 99 is the 49th odd number, am I right? 9 times, it's 49 squared. So I'm expecting 49 squared. And what should be the denominator? Because remember, the sum of the first n odd numbers is n squared. So how come? Let's see. Any comment on the work? Okay, according to someone, it should be 50, not 49. Because 99 is the 50th odd number. Do you agree? Is 99 the 50th or the 49th odd number? Starting from 1.
50.
It is the 50th. 97, the 97, it's for the 49th odd number is 97. So the 99 is the 50th odd number. So probably this could be 50. So probably, no? And then for the second one, so there are some changes here. And for the second one, you have 2 plus 4 plus 6 all the way until 100. So that's, okay, 51 times 50. That's correct, divided by 3. That's 17 times 50. 17 times 50, what is 17 times 50? Okay, 850. So maybe there is some, this is actually correct, but this one maybe have to be modified. Okay, some of you did that, but this time, But anyway, Miss Loretiso, I'm still happy that you were able to recite. Now, good job still. Is it okay if I erase now? Okay lang? Okay, thank you. Okay, I will erase all drawings. Now, but this time I will present to you this type of solution. What I did was, starting from left to right, I actually grouped them by 2. So 1/2 plus 2/3, I grouped them. Same with the second, with the third and fourth was also grouped. The fifth and sixth was also grouped, and so on. And what I did was, I actually took the sum of the fractions per group. So 1/2 plus 2/3 here would add up to 7/6. The 3/2 plus 4/3 add up to 17/6. The 5/2 plus 6/3 add up to 27/6, and so on until 497/6. So we could see here that they actually have a denominator of 6. That's why what I did was, I simply factored out 1/6, because 6 is the common denominator. And instead, I found the sum of 7, 17, 27, all the way until 497. And I believe that we know that there are 50 numbers, right? How come 50? Because there are 100 numbers here, but since we have them by pairs, there are 50 pairs. And so this tells us that there are 50 numbers involved, from 7 plus 17 plus 27, all the way until 497. So that is number of terms times the sum of the first and the last. That's 7 plus 497, all over 2. But again, we still have 1/6 outside. And simplifying this thing, that's 1/6. 50 divided by 2 will give you 25. And the 7 plus 497 gives you 504. Then that's 504 divided by 6 gives you 84. So that's 25 times 84. And therefore, the answer is 2,100. So to everyone who answered 2,100, you got it right. Good job. And maybe others also knew the process. It's just that probably we have to be very careful. Okay, thank you. Questions or clarifications? Oh, sorry. Sorry. So the following people got it right. Garcia, Lim, Doligosa. Okay. So far, so good. Let's have the next one. Okay, let's have here, you are given, okay, points E and F are located on square ABCD, so that triangle BEF is equilateral. What is the ratio of the area of triangle DEF, this triangle, the ratio of the area of triangle DEF to that of triangle ABE? Okay. While you are solving, I'll just get water, because Mimiya reminded me that to drink my water. Okay, someone answered 4:9. Someone also answered 1 is to square root of 3. You can still modify your answer if you wish. Another one. Okay, sige. Don't worry, I'll give you time. No? This one might take your time. I think this one is for grade 9 or grade 10 level. Okay, seems like a bit of a hard question, so I'll give you more time. I'll give you a few more moments. Someone also answered 12:1. This is a bit complicated, so I understand that you might need more time for this. Clue, both numbers involved are whole numbers. Two people sent their answers. Let's see. Okay, someone said 12 is to 1. Someone said also 2 is to 1. Let's see. Some more. Are one of those correct? Okay, actually, one of those who sent an answer is correct. All right. This person is, okay, according to someone, it's also 4/1. Okay. Actually, the one who gave the correct answer is Mr. Espino. Got it correctly. The correct answer actually here is this one. Okay. So actually what I did was I represented the length of the square as y. This is kind of technical, y. I represented the side as w. And so since this is also y, so the length of df is y minus w. This is w as well because these two are actually congruent, and this is also y. And this is y minus w, y minus w. In fact, DEF is an isosceles right triangle. And the side of this equilateral triangle I represented with x. Now, what I did was, there are many ways of doing this. Maybe you have a better way as well, but I'll present mine. Now, the area of triangle DEF is, remember, base times height divided by 2. So y minus w times y minus w all over 2. So this is the one. The area of triangle ABE, this one, ABE, it's base y, height w. So that's y times w or wy all over 2. I'll just interchange, we know commutative property. Also, we know that the required ratio is y minus w quantity squared all over 2. The area of triangle DEF is y minus w quantity squared all over 2. And over the triangle, area of triangle ABE, which is yw all over 2. But we know that we can simply multiply, we could eliminate this 2 over 2. That's why the required expression is y minus w quantity squared all over wy. Now, so we proceed from here. From here, by the Pythagorean theorem in triangle DEF, so we have here DEF, by the Pythagorean theorem, because remember, in the Pythagorean theorem, if you have a right triangle, then the sum of the squares of the two legs, meaning y minus w quantity squared plus y minus w quantity squared here, is equal to the square of the hypotenuse, which is x squared. So by simplifying, if you square y minus w, that's y squared minus 2wy plus y plus w squared. Some of us are familiar with squaring. It means y minus w times y minus w. But again, since there are 2 of them, so I just factored out the 2. And by distribution, that's 2y squared minus 4wy plus 2wy. 2w squared equals x squared. Moreover, by the Pythagorean theorem in triangle ABE, that's w squared plus y squared equals x squared. And so you could see, ladies and gentlemen, that both of them are, this expression equals x squared, and this expression also equals x squared, right? So by the transitive property of equality, if A is equal to B and B is equal to C here, so we could say that A is equal to C. Hence, by transitivity, we could say that 2y squared minus 4wy plus 2w squared is equal to w squared plus y squared. I hope that you could understand so far. To those who are in grade 7, maybe some of you could catch up, but if not, just listen, or at least you get some idea on how to do this. Next up, sorry for that. And so what I did next was, I subtracted both sides, no? 2y squared, you have this y squared, so minus here, so 2y squared minus y squared will become y squared. The 2w squared minus this w squared will also be w squared. And if you could notice, I split this negative 4wy, I split it into two. Negative 2wy, and there's the other one, negative 2wy. And I also rearranged them in this manner. And what's the purpose of rearranging in this manner? Here's how. We know that y squared minus 2wy plus w squared is actually a perfect square trinomial, which is factorable into y minus w quantity squared equals this negative 2wy, I added both sides by positive 2wy. So here it became positive on the right hand side. So y minus w quantity squared equals 2w, y so far. And from here, remember that this is our required expression. If you would go back to the previous slides that we have, this is the required expression that we have, the ratio of their areas. And so, since earlier that we have y minus w quantity squared equals 2wy, and this is our required equation, hence we need to divide both sides with wy. Hence, you have, or if you wish, y minus w quantity squared is equal to 2wy, right? So I substituted it. You see, this y minus w quantity squared became 2wy all over the wy here. So w cancels, y cancels. What is left is 2/1, or simply 2. So if you answer 2:1, 2/1, or 2, then you got it right. May I ask, Mr. Espino, is your method similar or different? Would you like to tell us?
Ay, napansin, different siya.
Okay, just tell us the gist of what you did, please.
So, ang patas mo siya, I label the side of triangle X. And then, since this is equilateral, this was angle B must be 60.
Would you like to annotate?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Since this is 60, this must be 15 and 15. The two angles must be equal, sir.
Yes.
Since this is 90, this must be 75.
Yeah.
And so, since this is 60, this must be 45, sir. So, I made just of the 45, 45, 90, and 15, 75, 90 rules, sir.
Oh, okay. Interesting. There's a 45, 45, 90 rule. There's actually a 50, 75, 90. But actually,
yes, sir.
There is, no? Oh, that's
so,
nice.
Square root of 2, square root of 3 plus 1. Tapos, square root of 3 minus 1, sir.
Yes.
Nabasa, sir.
Yeah, it's kind of long. But at least, no, that's another way as well, no? If you wish, people, you could actually research on the 15, the usual ones are the 30, 60, 90 triangle and the 45, 45, 90. The 15, 75, 90 is a bit special. It's a bit special. And thank you for that, Mr. Espino. No? So you see, in his case, if you know about that, so it's much easier on your part. Okay. Is it okay if you erase your writings, Mr. Espino?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Yan. Thank you. Let's have the next one, please. If f of x plus 3 plus the function of x plus 4 is equal to 7x minus 3, and f of 7 is equal to 8, what is f of 9? This is intended for those who are at least grade 8. But if you are grade 7 and would you like to try, go ahead. That's interesting. Someone answered 15. 1, 5. Let's see. Okay. Someone said 15. Do you have an answer that's different from 15? Two other people gave their answer. Okay, sorry, not yet, brother. But okay, let's see. Let's wait for a few more moments. Thank you. Let's wait for a few more moments. Actually, moment is an ancient, the word moment is an ancient unit of time. It is in fact equivalent to 40 seconds. So if someone would say, give me a moment, then just give him 40 seconds because a moment is just 40 seconds long. But anyway, let's wait for a few more moments. Sorry. Okay. Another person. The first person to say 15 was Mr. Lim. The second one is Mr. Garcia. Let's see, how about the others? Are you going to accept 15? Or are you going to challenge that 15? Okay. Let's see. Clue. The first clue is, guys, if you have here 7, what do you think was added to 3 to make it 7? What is the value of x? So that x plus 3 will become 7. Your x should be 4, right? So try first substituting x equals 4. Yes, correct. It's 4. So you substitute x with 4. So this will become f. If x is 4, why 4? Because the purpose of that is to have this f of 7. And that is f of 4 plus 3 plus f of 4 plus 4 equals 7 times 4 minus 3 by substitution. Okay? So from here, excuse me, give me a moment. Okay, from there on, so we could say that you have the equation f of 7, because 4 plus 3 is 7, plus f of 8 equals 7 times 4, that's 28 minus 3, which is 25. But again, guys, what's the value of f of 7? According here to the given, f of 7 is 8. So substituting, we have 8 plus f of 8 equals 25. And subtracting both sides by 8, this tells us that f of 8 is equal to 17. All right, so f of 8 is 17, but we are not yet done because our goal is f of 9. Who would like to try and continue the process with us? The answer here is actually a whole number, not a fraction. Would you like to continue the process with us? Mr. Lim, would you like to try? What do you think should we do next?
So next, we have the condition if x is equal to 5, then we just substitute f of 8 is equal to 17. So 17, which is f of x plus 3 plus f of 9 is equal to 7x minus 3, which is 32. So you transfer f of 8, which is 17, to make it 32 minus 17. So f of 9 is equal to 15.
Exactly. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Lim. So as what you said, no, this time, our goal is to have x equals 5. Why? Because we know that if x is 5, then we will have f of 8. And we know f of 8 already, which is 17. So f of quantity 5 plus 3 plus f of 5 plus 4, using this functional notation, equals 7 times 5 minus 3, which is 32. So you have f of 8 plus f of 9 equals 32. We know for a fact earlier that f of 8 is 17. So that 17 plus f of 9 equals 32. And this tells us that f of 9 is 15. Thank you. So So Mr. Garcia and Mr. Lim got the question correctly. Nice. Let's have, wait. Okay, this one. Okay, I'll just change this one. Let's tackle a different problem. Time check, it's 5:53. Okay, I'll just skip this one. Okay, this one is also for the grade 10 level. Okay, let's skip this one as well. Let's have something that's okay. Everybody try this. This actually is kind of technical a bit, but let's see, no? Okay, a convex polygon pentagon VWXYZ has angle V equals angle W equals 120 degrees. Okay, sorry. And ZV and I mean sorry, and XY, ZV, the VW and WX is equal, are all equal to 4. XY and YZ are all equal to 8. What is the area of pentagon VWXYZ? Oh, sorry. Wow, that was fast. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's wait further. The answer here has square root. Yeah. It's irrational. It has square roots. Some commented 28 square root of 3. Others commented 20 square root of 3. But let us see if those are correct options or correct answers. Which of those? Or is there any that's correct? Now, there are many ways of doing this. What I did was, in fact, I draw some various segments as shown. So I connected ZX. So this one, I connected them this way. These are all 4. And this is 8, but I draw a line that divides this into 2. That's why you have 4, 4. And in fact, if you could notice, all of these are equilateral triangles. You could actually verify this is 60, 60. And this figure here, the area of this figure is equal to the sum of the areas of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 equilateral triangles of side 4 units. Thus, we can therefore say, I hope maybe you could do some research on this. I will no longer derive the formula, but the area of an equilateral triangle with side S is you square the side squared times square root of 3 divided by 4. Again, you could verify this, no? If you wanted the proof, you can actually go to the internet and see the proof. So you square the side times square root of 3 divided by 4. With that, the area of VWXYZ is, we have where the side is 4. So you have 4 squared, which is times 3 divided by 4. So, but how come I multiplied by 7? Because as what I said earlier, there are 7 of them. And so that's 7 times 16 square root of 3 all over 4. But we know that 16 is divisible by 4. So dividing 16 by 4, we have 4. And that gives us 7 times 4 square root of 3. And if you multiply radicals, say a whole number with a radical, all you have to do is multiply the whole number part. 7 times 4, 28, and just copy the radical part. Hence, the correct answer here, or the correct area, is 28 square root of 3 square units. So to those who did it, great job. Time check, it's 6 o'clock. Okay, so in as much as we wanted to have more problems, I think that this is still the 46th slide. I have slides until 105. Oh my. But since I also, I was also told, let's see. Okay, let's have a comment. Yeah, I actually prepared a lot, no? So it's up to us if we finish everything. Kidding aside. I know your time is also precious. I know that you also have a lot of things to do. So I'll just give you some strategies that I hope you will be able to use when you have any test, especially if you're dealing with multiple choice questions. Okay, so some strategies or just some of the reminders. Number 1, always note what is asked. Because I know that it's good if you know the question, how to answer the question, but it's better if you know the correct answer to the question. Always note what is asked. For example, how many digits will make the 4-digit number 10 divisible by 3? We know that a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So maybe some of you will say, Sir, the correct answer is C, 4. And I will ask you, how come 4? Because 1 plus 0 plus 4 plus 4 is 9. And that's divisible by 3. But no, you said you are asked how many. If you are asked what digit will make this divisible by 3, the answer is 4. But if you are asked how many digits, then it could either be 1, 4, or 7. Hence, it should be what letter? Letter B. There are 3 of them, 1, 4, and 7. The second strategy would be wise. If it is better to do trial and error than to solve a problem, especially if you are dealing with a multiple choice question. You scan the answers to see if your prediction is one of the choices. If it is, you can be quite confident that you have the right answer. If you just did, for example, if you will solve the system below, if you don't have any idea on how to do elimination or substitution, maybe you could just try plugging in and check which one will yield the correct answer or will satisfy the equation. Because there are instances before, it's a multiple choice test. I realized that I spent 30 minutes solving the problem, but by doing trial and error, you could actually solve it almost immediately. Sometimes letter A alone is correct. But if it is until D, so it will take you a longer time. But at least if you don't know, well, trial and error would actually work. Oh, what's happening? Oh,
Tapos na sir, exit kami ka Zoom.
You can
me
go
too.
back. Para tapos na naman ninyo.
Kick kami ka Zoom.
Sorry, you
Yeah.
can go back. You can go
It's okay.
back to the Zoom. Tapos naman ka mo.
Tips
Pwede
naman lang
na-
tani, Meg. Sorry. So
Pwede pa,
strategies
pwede
lang
pa.
supposedly.
Balik ka mo balik.
Okay.
Pwede mo balik lang kay
How do I do this?
room. So sorry. Kid.
It's okay, it's okay. How do I go?
Yeah, you can go back to the room.
More. What will I?
Sa breakout rooms dalom sir. Nakita ka dahil join ka lang.
Some more. I'll go to more. Okay, breakout rooms. That's breakout room number 2, right?
Yes.
Sir.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Do I click this? Wait. Oh wait, how do I click do this? I don't know how to go back. Wait. Will I just click this?
Room
Room 1.
Can we go back to
Ito,
breakout room?
Room 1.
Kato ka sa breakout room sir, tapos kita ada nga join room 2. Join ka lang dayon sir.
Join room 2.
Oh, sir.
I could see the okay, okay. I click the join. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, hello. You're still there? Sorry, my bad. Wait. Are you still there?
Pare pa sir.
Okay, sige. Sorry for that one. Okay, so next one is, this will be fast. All other choices must be benchmarked against the standard. Avoid tacit assumptions. To make things simple, when we say tacit, these are some things that you assume that are baseless, that have no basis at all. For example, in simple terms, it's like MU, mutual understanding. For example, if you say someone, I think he likes me because he's fond of staring at me. Or maybe you would say, I think he has a crush on me because he appears to be sweet, something like that. Those are examples of tacit assumptions. If it is not something that's stated explicitly or something that has no proof to be there, don't assume because masasaktan ka lang. You will just be hurt. Kidding aside. Now, for example, I said, I have 100 pesos. And supposing that this is true, I have 100 pesos. Tim said to me, you have 5 pesos. Is Tim's statement true or false? Tell me, true or false?
False.
Okay, someone said false. How about the others? Let's see the comment. Someone said it's false. Okay, false. Okay, how about, are you convinced that it's false? That Tim is wrong? I have 100 pesos in reality. Tim said you have 5 pesos. Is Tim's statement true or false? I think I made a wrong something. If you think that Tim is correct, say true. If you think that Tim is wrong, you say false. That's what I meant. Sorry for the confusion. Okay. I could see some falses. I see some true. And actually, Tim's statement is true. It is actually true. Why? Because the fact that I have 100 pesos, it also implies that I have 5 pesos. But if I have 100 pesos and Tim told me, if the amount he mentions is less than or equal to 100, that's still true. As long as it's between 0 and not going far from above 100. But if you said something, sir, you have 101 pesos, that's already false. That's why maybe to those who answered false, maybe you said false because you assume that there is the word only. But there's no, if it's you have 5 pesos only, then that's false. So be very careful. Avoid tacit assumptions. Be careful. Let's have the next one. If there is a range of numbers or values, choose a middle value. Guys, take note. Take note that all the strategies I present here are not all the time effective. However, if you don't know the answer to the problem, then you just bluff or you just make trial and error. Research shows more often than not that you have to choose a value that's in the middle. Why? Because the usual tendency of test makers is to put a distractor. When we say distractor, it's an incorrect answer or an incorrect choice that's either lower or higher than the correct answer. That's why if the choices, if you don't know, for example, if the choices are 1, 3, like this, 1, 3, 10, and 15. Okay, as late as 1800s, less than blank percent of the world's population live in cities of 20,000 or more. If you don't know this question or you don't have any idea of this, research shows more often than not, but again, not always true, that you have to choose, you have to discard those that are extreme values. Don't choose 1, don't choose 10. Don't choose 1 and 15. Choose either from B or C. But actually the correct answer here is, at least, more or less, your chances are somehow higher, somehow, but not guaranteed all the time. The correct answer here is actually 3%. 3. It's letter B. That's why before in the board exam, if I don't know, I always choose between B and C. I don't know. But anyway, again, this doesn't always work. Number 5, you have to eliminate the choices that you know are incorrect. Because by elimination, by eliminating what you know is wrong, gives you a higher chance of selecting the right or the correct answer. For example, which of the following numbers is always odd if n is a natural number? So you try. For example, if n is 3, it will become 3 times 4, 12. Oh no, 12 is even, so eliminate that. You could also try with B, C, and D. Okay, so give me guys, what's the answer for number 5? Is it A, B, C, or D? If n is a natural number, which of these is always odd? Let's see. Is it letter A? Which of the following is odd? Always. Okay, it is letter D. Because if n is even or odd, for example, if you peg n to be even, say 2. 2 times 2, that's 4 plus 1, 5. And 5 is odd. Even if you choose an odd number, say 3. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1, 7, still odd. And so D is the correct answer here, actually. The 6th strategy is be particular about details and note them if necessary. Take note, guys, you have to be very particular, for example, about squares. What do you know about squares? It has all 9 angles, interior angles are 90 degrees, and so on. So those are simple facts. But noting those simple facts, even to the complicated problems, will actually help you know better about the figure or about the problem that you are trying to solve. And work on items, it's very important. Work on items you find easy, sorry, wrong grammar. Okay, wait. Share screen. There. Share. Find easy, not each, sorry. Work on the items you find easy first, and you work on the difficult items last. With this way, you will be able to manage your time well. Okay? Because sometimes you will get low, not because you don't know, but you will get low because you don't know how to manage your time. So work on easy and prioritize the difficult items last. Do not stay long on an item as much as possible. Move on. If you find it difficult, leave it for a while, but don't forget to go back to it. And of course, review if you're done. Do not be complacent. Remember, for a few minutes of your work, will be worth a medal, a gold medal. So do your best in everything that you do, and I wish you all the best in all of your endeavors. So with that, good afternoon. That ends my presentation for today. TYVM, thank you very much and good afternoon. Thank you so much for being there. Okay. I will send the, okay, do you need a copy of the PPT or not? Would you like to have a copy? Do you have a Google Classroom? Meron ba kayong Google Classroom para dito o wala? Wala pa kayong Google Classroom. So paano to? I will save a PDF copy of this and send it to Dr. Hinon so that siya nang bahalang magbigay sa inyo. Okay? So with that, guys, okay, I will stop sharing. I will wait. Let me see the recording. Okay, I will stop the recording as well.